Indian metaphysics is one of the most advanced ones in the world. For thousands of years, hundreds of sages and saints have been preaching for the welfare of human beings. The most common theme in the preaches of all great men is silence, which stabilizes people, improves their brains and thought process, and leads them to the pinnacle of extreme prosperity. If a person understands when, where, and what to talk about, then his personality becomes the most attractive, and he succeeds in whatever he does. Mahatma Gautam Buddha frequently told his disciples, "The sharpest knife in the world is the tongue, which kills without bloodshed." Words and language are our tools and also our weakness. With the right thinking, the right talks in the right place can advance people, but the opposite to it can make human life hell. Once, one of his favorite disciples asked Gautam Buddha, "Gurudev, why are you so silent all the time?" Buddha replied, "How much do I know about this world that I will say it? I listen to Paramatma. Silence is better there." Friends, today we'll tell you from the principles of the life of Mahatma Gautam Buddha and the lives of the great Mahatmas of Buddhism, what you will get as the benefits of talking less and how. Buddha said, "Listen to yourself, listen to the Supreme, that is Paramatma." The primary way to know yourself and self-realization is to be silent. You have to sink inside yourself. Too much talking increases confusion, prevents you from controlling your mind. People who talk too much can never be meditative. And if you can't meditate, you can never know the absolute truth of life. Friends, we have noticed in real life that people who talk too much are ridiculed by the people around them, while those who speak less and remain steadfast in their work are respected. In fact, the thoughts of those who talk too much are not fixed or determined. Their brains are fickle, and remember that people with fickle brains can never succeed in any task. When Bodhisattva went to China after the demise of Mahatma Buddha, the king there asked him a question, "Gurudev, I always feel very restless. There seems to be a lot of turmoil in my mind. Even though I have a lot of wealth and all the elements of happiness in my life, why such restlessness? Why such turmoil?" Bodhisattva says, "You know the answer yourself, just never found out. Can you do a job? Then there will be no more unrest in your mind." The king wanted to know with great enthusiasm, "What is the work order, Gurudev?" Bodhisattva says, "For the next 7 days, you will live a simple life in this ashram, and in these 7 days, you will say as little as you can, and will always sit alone in solitude." The king agreed. On the first day, the king seemed more restless. Thousands of questions arose in his mind, and he did not feel comfortable in the ordinary ashram life. But following Gurudev's words, he remained silent all day. At night, he began to feel strangely good. There was less agitation. The next day, sitting alone in solitude, watching the plants, flowers, and birds in the sky, it seemed to him at first that nature is so beautiful. He looked at nature engrossed. Thus 3 or 4 days passed, and the king's mind was not at all restless. Unknowingly, the king sat in solitude, closed his eyes, and began to meditate. No worries, no words. The king was overwhelmed with a beautiful feeling. After spending the rest of the days in meditation, he appeared before the Guru. He bowed to him and said, "Gurudev, I have got the answer as to why my mind was so restless, why there was so much unrest in me." Gurudev said, "Tell me, what answer have you got?" The king said, "I used to say extra words. I would do unnecessary talks all the time and think about those words. My brain would become restless, and my mind and body too. And as a result of this, I would not be able to complete my work properly. So I would fail at everything. I was sad because of that failure. In these 7 days, I realized that my life leading was wrong. And I also learned that you don't have to meditate. Meditation just happens when you are steady, calm, and silent. These days, I first realized through meditation that the most precious thing in one's life is to know oneself. Gurudev said, "Not only you, but most people also talk more than necessary and indirectly ruin their life." Friends, if we analyze the personalities of successful people a little deeper, we will notice that they all say only the necessary things, and that too they do thinking deeply. People who talk too much often tell lies and criticizes others, which is why even loved ones do not love them and avoid them. It is also stated in the Upanishads that the word is the real Brahma Shakti. This Brahma is the source of our inner life force. Brahma means knowledge. Through silence comes perseverance, and through perseverance comes meditation. And through meditation, we awaken the vitality of our life. So, if we talk too much, we will break our silence, which is the first element of life force. That is why we have to stop talking excessively and save vitality. If we do not have vitality, we will not be able to succeed in any action in life. Friends, let silence be your first virtue from today. Not for long. In just a few days, you will feel your change. There must be a strange peace within you. You will notice that you have rediscovered yourself.